In today's video, we're installing the Accentra 5800 door closer in a parallel arm configuration. Before beginning, review the installation template included with your closer. The Accentra 5800 is designed to allow 100 degrees, 120 degrees, or up to 180 degrees of door opening depending on your application needs. For this demonstration, we'll configure it for a 100-degree door swing. Let's start by laying out the door face. Measure from the pivot point of the top hinge and mark 9 7/16 inches over on the face of the door. From that mark, measure 1 inch further and make a second line. These marks identify the mounting hole centers for the closer body. Next, measure 2 1/4 inches down from each mark and square the lines across the door. This establishes the vertical placement of the closer. Now move up to the frame header. Again, measure from the hinge pivot, not from the stop, and mark 9 7/16 inches across the head of the frame. Use the provided parallel arm bracket as your guide and mark the screw hole locations accurately. Once all layout marks are in place, use a center punch to dimple each one. This keeps the drill bit centered and ensures smooth, clean fastening. Pre-drill your initial pilot hole using a 3/16 inch drill bit to make installation easier. Next, mount the closer body. In a parallel arm installation, the cylinder end of the closer must face away from the hinges. Position the closer over your layout marks and secure it to the door using the supplied self-drilling metal screws. Make sure the closer sits flat and aligned. Before continuing, install the 2 small cover screws on top of the closer body. Adding these now makes attaching the decorative cover later much easier. Next, attach the parallel arm bracket to the underside of the frame stop. Hold it flush and square, then fasten it securely with the screws provided. If your stop is narrow, use the included spacer shim to maintain proper mounting depth. Now, assemble the closer arm. The Accentra 5800 uses a 2-piece arm, a main arm, and an adjustable forearm. Remove the connecting screw to separate the pieces. Attach the main arm to the closer spindle. The spindle is shaped so the arm seats in only one correct orientation. To align it properly, preload the spindle slightly by rotating it about 1/8 of a turn with a wrench or vice grips. Drop the arm onto the spindle and tighten the supplied screw and washer. Next, attach the forearm foot to the parallel arm bracket using the 2 short screws included. Ensure the long side of the foot faces toward the hinge for correct geometry. Reconnect the forearm to the main arm using the screw you removed earlier. With the door almost closed, pull the arm assembly until it sits roughly parallel with the frame stop, then tighten securely. With the mechanical installation complete, it's time to adjust the closer. The Accentra 5800 includes 3 hydraulic control valves. Sweep speed controls the main closing motion. Latch speed controls the final few inches of closing. Backcheck adds resistance as the door opens to prevent slamming. Using the provided hex wrench, turn each valve clockwise to slow or counterclockwise to increase speed. For ADA compliance, the door should take about 15 seconds to close from fully open. Adjust the backcheck so it starts to engage around 90 degrees of opening, protecting the door from wind or sudden force. On the end of the closer barrel, you'll find the spring power adjustment screw. Turning this clockwise increases closing force, which is especially useful for exterior doors or heavier commercial openings. Once adjustments are complete, open and close the door several times to verify smooth sweep, proper latch engagement, and consistent backcheck performance. Finally, install the decorative cover. Your installation is now complete.